Jake, Nintendo just announced Kirby Fall Guys. Are you excited?
I am so excited. Can't wait to roll my little Kirby beans around these crazy dessert courses. Give it to me now.
Heck yeah. Alright, so to be real here, this isn't actually Nintendo Fall Guys, though I would love for that to be a thing someday, but is pretty much the closest thing we can get at this point, being Kirby's Dream Buffet. What looks to be kind of a racing game involving Kirby. It's 4 players, you can play it online, it's available digitally on the eShop later this summer. No price yet, but instead of being a pure racing game, in this case, Jake, as you may know, considering you did videos on it already, the goal is to collect strawberries. There are strawberries scattered around these sweet-based courses that float in the sky, again, a la Fall Guys, but instead of just getting to the end, the goal is to get as many strawberries as possible at the very end of what appears to be a 4-circuit challenge. You then get weighed, and if you get enough strawberries, you can even break the freaking scale. And it seems to be whoever weighs the most at the end wins. So this is very much a Nintendo take on, again, Fall Guys.
Yeah, so I think where my head is at is totally in that Fall Guys comparison, trying to see where the success is there and what I would want to see from Nintendo over here. And I think we still have, like, a lot of questions about that. So I've been thinking about the kind of like more recent 3DS and some on the Switch, like those digital Kirby games that come out every often, like the Kirby Fighters games, and I don't have a lot of experience with those, but my impression of them is that they're not super compelling, and if they are, it's maybe just for like a short little thing of fun, definitely not something with like lasting appeal. And I think a Fall Guys like on Nintendo with Kirby, the number one thing I want from it would be like a commitment. I would want this to be the kind of thing where it's like, oh, I go on Twitter and they're like, oh, hey, Jake, today in Kirby's Dream Buffet, we've got a level that's all about milkshakes. Like, go through the milkshake level, swim through the milkshake, Jake. And I go, heck yeah, I'm logging on, dude. Gotta get the new milkshake rewards.
Oh my God.
I think that'd be so cool. And just based on prior Kirby digital games, I don't know if that's like a fair or reasonable expectation.
Gut reaction is no. I mean, maybe we'll get an update or two, but yeah, they're definitely not. I don't think they're emulating the Fall Guys style of like seasons and having new challenges constantly, which I would love for them to go all in on that, but that's not what they're doing here. This is just a more simple 4-player minigame, which, that's the kind of like the bittersweet, if you will, nature of this trailer is. Like, I'm loving everything about it, but, and it does remind me very much of Fall Guys, and it's like, man, I just wish Nintendo would go a little bit farther into Fall Guys territory, get the 60 players in there, announce the fact they'll have constant updates, and that's not what this is. Even though we do see Waddle Dees in there that are also racing with you, but they're computer controlled, which makes no sense to me, Jake. Why are the Waddle Dees here?
The Waddle Dees are here. Andre, it's an admission of guilt. It's a hey everybody, we know you're expecting there to be many, many players. What we can provide for you is 4 Kirbys with the addition of 4 CPU-controlled Waddle Dees. Look at how many characters.
Yeah, that really...
And it's a bummer. It's a bummer.
Yeah.
And I think it's that. And I also think I saw in our most recent video, a lot of the comments were asking, how much is this going to cost? And kind of thinking this looks like a free-to-play game because of how much it looks like Fall Guys. And I think we can basically confirm that it won't be a free-to-play game.
Yeah, well, because Nintendo even confirmed it'll be available at retail too, which apparently in the form of cards. So yeah, unless they're giving those away for free, it seems like, which would make no sense because you could just download it for free off the eShop. Then yeah, it seems like this will be a paid-for game. You know what this should have been, Jake? This should be a free NSO game. Like, that's what this should be, I feel like.
Andre, this is going to be an NSO expansion pack bonus. I can't believe you just said that.
Oh my God, you're right. That is it, Jake. That's how they do it.
Yeah. Of course, no, it definitely is. They're going to reveal that at a later date. They're going to go, hey, you saw that trailer? Well, now and that's why we don't have the release date. So that they can say it then.
To bring it back to what the core gameplay is, like, I'm digging it. It looks fun. I love the fact that it's not just purely a racing game. Like, it isn't just a Fall Guys clone. The idea, again, is to not necessarily be first, though I imagine there is a bonus for being so, but the goal is to collect as many strawberries as possible. And of course, being in first will naturally give you an advantage when it comes to those, because you have first dibs on them. But I like that, and it does seem, too, that grabbing strawberries will change your physical properties, like making you bigger, and I believe Jakey said it'll make you faster as well. And that's cool. I like that, and that might make it more of a risk too. Like, the bigger you get, maybe it's harder to dodge things. Maybe you're flying around so fast you're gonna fall off the course, and maybe that'll cause you to spill out some strawberries. We don't know. I'm just speculating at this point, but I like that. I like that's just not a pure racing game. It's something very different. It's not just, a Fall Guys clone, which I'm glad it's not, because it's not, with only 4 players, it couldn't be.
I appreciate the correlation between the item that you need to collect to win also has you can visibly see it on the people you're competing against.
Right, yeah.
So like if I have the most strawberries, everybody's gonna know, and then maybe I'm gonna get targeted in some of these challenges.
It's very much like Animal Crossing Sweet Day from Nintendo Land in that sense, where the more candy you get, the bigger you are, and the bigger target you are as a result.
Yeah, and I think I really appreciate when a game like this comes out with a premise that I'm just totally on board for, and I feel like Kirby's Dream Buffet, the reason I'm so attached to the idea of this being updated and there being like at least a light commitment to it is because I feel like within that premise, you could do so much. There is so many silly things that you could just be like, oh yeah, it's based on this food or this other thing from Kirby's Dreams, and we haven't seen like DDD anywhere in this. We haven't seen Meta Knight. I feel like there are possibilities waiting to be unlocked.
Yeah, and I'm just really liking the attention to detail to this. Like Nintendo has a knack for making really good looking food, and I don't know what tech they have to make that possible, but it's on full display here. And Nintendo seems to have a bit of a sweet tooth themselves, because this still reminded me of the Sweet Galaxy from Mario Galaxy as well, which was like a whole galaxy made of sweets floating in the air again, much like this. They've had entire Mario Kart racetracks made out of like candy, and it's like, man, I just want to live in this world where like everything is made of like horrible things for you, but it's amazing.
How funny, you're right. I guess there is a lot of sweet stuff in Nintendo thing. Do you think that's just because it's like there's a kid element to sweets?
That's probably a bit, yeah. I mean, it's just inherently appealing. It's got that nice, pleasant look to it. To that point too, Jake, is there is also copy food abilities here. Not copy abilities, mind you, copy food abilities, or food copy abilities, one of the two. And they also change your properties as well, Kirby style. And I think we saw like a cupcake thing in here, which Nintendo calls soft serve for some reason, but...
yeah, it's kind of interesting. The Japanese website called attention to 2 of them, even though we were able to find 3 in the trailer. And the 2 that they talk about them as if they're like, oh, these are copy abilities Kirby has had in the past, but these foods are letting you use them. So for like the soft serve thing, they literally say it's like, oh, Kirby can use his tornado ability.
Right.
And then on the website, they're like, oh, for the chocolate, it's Kirby is using the stone ability. And I think the one we were able to find was a donut that makes you like roll really fast and you can run people over. And I think there was like a wheel ability in past Kirby games that one was really similar to. Mm-hmm. So I think what you're gonna be seeing are like desserty takes on copy abilities that we already enjoy. Plus, they're already different given the context of this game is unlike any other Kirby game.
Kirby has been in racing games before. Like, there's been the gourmet race in and the Kirby Superstar and I think a few others. So it's fun to see them kind of like build on that concept and really, pair it with like the Fall Guys idea. And I'm loving this. Like, even Kirby himself, like the Fall Guy beans, they're basically as featureless as Kirby. Like, you take a Kirby, stretch it out, that's a Fall Guys character. So it's just kind of funny to me just how similar these games are. And we also just need an official Kirby crossover in Fall Guys at this point. But beyond just the races too, as I think I mentioned it, each like in Fall Guys, like this consists of 4 rounds, and some of those rounds aren't just races or Strawberry Collection races things. They're also like little mini game challenges too. Like I think one of them we see Kirby turn into like a chocolate thing to knock out other players in the ring.
So it kind of, I think what's happening is that no matter what the challenge is, the goal is to get more strawberries than your opponents. So it's cool because you can put people on like a racetrack type thing where it's like, okay, get as many as you can before you reach the end. Or there's the, like you said, the kind of 4-player battle arena where it's like, okay, the strawberries are now falling from the sky, and now you can push away other Kirbys so that you can try to get them first. And I bet you that there are cool other variations of this that we haven't even seen yet. And even, I feel like some just immediately come to mind. The one for me is, like that like kind of carnival game where you're on a log and there's like multiple people and you need to like run the opposite direction to stay on the spinning log. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that in this would be hilarious.
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, that's basically a Fall Guys thing too, right? So.
And I actually am, the more I'm looking at this, the more I have some hope for some, like, Fall Guys-like choices. I know a thing in that game is you customize your bean, which I'm super interested in. And they have, like, different patterns and colors. And I was looking at the trailer, and throughout the trailer, you see what are pretty standard, like, 4-player Kirby colors, the pink, the yellow, the green, and the blue. And there's one piece of art that they released with this trailer that has 2 Kirbys that I don't think we've seen before, and I think the color combination is actually interesting. Because there's like a mint green with like brown shoes, so kind of like a mint chocolate chip kind of Kirby. Mm-hmm. And then there's like a 2-tone brown Kirby, so kind of like more of like a chocolate Kirby. And it just makes me think, like, are they just giving these out? Do you just open up the game and you can pick whatever you want? Or can you unlock them after playing some rounds?
Yeah, I mean, I hope that there's like unlocks here. Like, if they have some kind of customization, even if it's, I mean, I guess I'd hope for it to be more than just color-based. But that'd be fun. That'd be a fun way. I mean, I feel like they almost have to, right? Like, you have to have some kind of incentive to keep playing and some kind of unlock system to... I mean, I say you have to because that's just the thing people do these days. You didn't used to have these things. You do these days. But yeah, they'll probably have like an unlock progression system where you'll get new costumes, hopefully, or I don't know, new features for your Kirby. I mean, that's a hope. I think that would be kind of cute if you can customize your Kirby and partake online. Definitely.
Yeah. Going online, seeing each other's funny little Kirby's, and then for that final weigh-in, seeing which one is the biggest, like that's just good vibes. That's you need so like little more than that. I feel like on that screen too, you can see that like the bigger Kirby's have like crumbs on their face from all the eating. It's just, I don't know. There's so much charm in this. I would hate to see it go to waste in something that like we play for an afternoon, and then it's a sweet memory.
I see what you did there. Yeah, there's so much happening on that cute little results screen. Like it's the Master Hand and Crazy Hands in the background, or the expression of the other Kirbys. It's just great. This game looks adorable. And I really just want to play it right now. Like, it just looks like a lot of fun. It may not have a ton of depth to it, but you don't always need a ton of depth. Fall Guys doesn't necessarily have a ton of depth either, and that game's huge. So I'm excited to try this. It looks fun. It's out later this summer. We don't know what price. Jake, what do you think they're gonna charge for this thing?
They're gonna charge $25 for this.
Oh boy, I think I might be a little steep. Which means yes, you're probably right.
I had to hold myself back from saying 35.
Oh man, I mean, at that point, there better be a whole lot more that we haven't seen in this game. I'm gonna say this. I think it'll be a $10 game, Jake. I think $9.99.
Andre, you are high on sugar right now. What are you talking about?
I might be. But I mean,
I'm looking it up right now just because I'm curious. I want to know what Kirby Fighters 2 on Nintendo Switch costs. Okay, that's a $20 game.
Wow. All right, I'm probably off base then. Yeah. I just feel like again, I feel like this should just be one of those free NSO games, right? So I'm like, why isn't it? Why is it money?
Now, I still want to say though, I do feel that is correct. I feel that there will be an announcement in the future that this is going to be free for expansion pack owners, the same way that they have done like the Booster Course Pass or the Octoling thing for Splatoon. Yeah. This will be another one of those things.
You know what real quick, Jake, they need this to have freaking public rooms so people can easily stream. Like, this is such a perfect streaming game. Ooh. And we need it so people can easily hop in. Like, no more of this, like, you have to be on the friendless nonsense that Switch Sports does. I need public lobbies like Mario Party. That's what this game needs it, so.
Yeah, it's oh god, it's tough because there's only 4 players online. You are one of them. So I feel like that is something that they just don't put the effort into, because it's like, you're trying to have somebody join your 3-person lobby. Mm-hmm. It's a bummer. Yeah, I hear you though, because it is one of those things where I'm like, okay, I wanna play with my friends and I wanna do this, and with so many Nintendo Switch Online games, there's always that little bit of like, okay, how do I do it in this game again?
Exactly.
Oh, I gotta go do this, and then there's that invite system that we never use.
Yeah. Anyways, this looks great. I'm excited. Yeah. Jake, any final thoughts on Kirby Dream buffet.
Yes, Kirby's Dream Buffet, but of course. Yeah, I just want to give a shout out, last second here, to my favorite part of the trailer. If you have it pulled up in front of you, friends and fans, it happens at about 45 seconds in when Kirby jumps on the yolk of an egg. And every moment of that little 3-second section is beauty. It is art in motion. It is the little jiggle of the egg. Everything that happens, it's just fantastic. Love it.
Okay, yeah. I mean, everything about this is amazing. Like, again, I mean, that's making me hungry just watching this freaking trailer. Like, it looks so great. Yeah, I'm really excited for it. Like, even if it isn't the free NSO game I was hoping it would be, I'll pay whatever I need to play this because it looks fun, it looks adorable, and I just hope that it has enough longevity to keep me coming back. Because I hope it's just not one of the things I play a few times, like, that was fun, but, you know, not enough to keep pulling me back in. I want it to be just a persistent good time, because I'm feeling good about everything here. So, and also, just a shout out to the fact that, like, this was just a surprise announcement. Like, this is already a packed year for Nintendo. They did not need more games, Jake, but here we are with a surprise drop Kirby, or not surprise drop, a surprise announcement Kirby game that no one expected, no one saw coming, and it looks fun, so.
Agreed. This was a good vibes morning, a good vibes announcement, and even if it is just we get 1 or 2 really fun streams out of it, that's not the worst thing in the world.
As long as it's $10.
Yeah, right. God. If it's Andre, I'm not kidding you. If it's $34.99, that will make me pause. It will legitimately make me go, I don't know about this. Yeah. We'll see. There's more details to learn. It can't be too long because, again, it's out this summer, which is like basically a month and a half left or whatever. So a couple months at most. So hopefully we'll find out more soon. But yeah, I'm excited for it. But that's it, everyone. That's our thoughts on Kirby's Dream Buffet. What do you think of this? Are you excited for it yourself? Let us know in the comments below whether you think there's enough here to keep you engaged and how much you might pay for it. So with that, we'll catch you later, everyone. Have a good one. Bye.